Another Philippine fishing vessel is rammed and sunk by a still unidentified ship in the West Philippine Sea. The incident left 3 Filipinos missing. It happened several weeks before a plane of the Philippine Fisheries Bureau was harassed by a Chinese Navy helicopter over the West Philippine Sea. Here is tonight's top story.
8 Filipinos from Naik, Cavite engaged in fishing activities in waters off Lubang Island in Occidental Mindoro. On the evening of January 30th, their wooden fishing boat was hit by an unidentified vessel. 5 of the fishermen were rescued by Vietnamese cargo vessel Dong An, which was passing near the Spratly Islands.
May na-receive tayo na information coming po dito sa agent ng MV Dong An. It is a Vietnamese flag vessel, international vessel po ito. Na may na-rescue po sila na 5 Filipino fishermen in areas of Spratly Islands na po natin sa West Philippine Sea. Nakipag-coordinate po sila sa atin.
On Wednesday, the Philippine Coast Guard deployed its BRP Boracay to receive the rescued fishermen. They were already brought home to their families, but 3 more fishermen remain missing. The PCG could not rule out if the ramming was intentional.
Ating pong initial statement po, no? Most probably ito pong barko na dumadaan ay naka-autopilot. Kapag naka-autopilot po sila, less na lang po yung crew na nagbabantay during the voyage. So may, kumbaga may ilang watch na lang po dyan. At yung pong mga bangka, hindi na po nila napapansin.
The PCG already created a marine casualty investigation team to identify the vessel involved in the collision. The maritime incident follows the aerial harassment of a Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources aircraft by a People's Liberation Army Navy helicopter over Bajo de Masinloc or Scarborough Shoal on Tuesday. Commodore J. Tariela, the PCG spokesperson for the West Philippine Sea, said China could have 4 plausible reasons for elevating its aggression in the South China Sea.
Xi Jinping doesn't want to be seen by his own people that he is backing down because the Western countries and the allies of the United States are condemning their action. President Xi Jinping or the People's Republic of China wants the Philippine government to stop exposing their aggressive action.
In a statement, the United States said it stands with the Philippines to condemn the unsafe and irresponsible actions of the PLA Navy. Washington added such reckless actions by Beijing are a threat to navigation and overflight in the South China Sea. China, for its part, called the U.S. ambassador in Manila a truth distorter for allegedly disseminating misleading narratives. Beijing also warned Manila against what it described as illegitimate territorial claims, saying that such provocations are bound to be in vain. Meanwhile, the Akbayan Party List and Atinito Coalition are calling for the mandatory teaching of the West Philippine Sea in the school curriculum for all levels, as well as the creation of a West Philippine Sea Institute. The groups underscored the need to dispel false narratives and disinformation among Filipinos, especially the youth.
Akbayan Party List calls on the Marcos administration to issue an executive order mandating all relevant government institutions to establish a clear framework and process to institutionalize the mandatory teaching of the history, geography, and legality of the West Philippine Sea at all levels of education.
Retired Supreme Court Associate Justice Antonio Carpio also emphasized the importance of having a common narrative on our territorial claims. Carpio recommended starting with the 1735 Murillo Velarde map, which shows the Scarborough Shoal and the Spratly Islands. For Chief Presidential Legal Counsel Juan Ponce Enrile, he believes Manila's problems in the West Philippine Sea was compounded by the actions of the previous administration. Enrile said the country's national interest in the West Philippine Sea was set aside during the time of former President Rodrigo Duterte. Local fishermen face various dangers out at sea, but this is not the first time a Filipino fishing boat was hit by a foreign vessel. 2 years ago, at least 3 Filipino fishermen were killed and several others injured after an oil tanker rammed the FFB Dirin while it was moored in Panatag Shoal. In 2019, a Chinese fishing boat rammed and abandoned Philippine fishing boat Gem Ver, which was anchored near Recto Bank. The mother boat, crewed by more than 20 fishermen, were later rescued by a passing Vietnamese vessel.
The Philippines